Hello everyone and welcome to my final part of the three-part series of What If I Was in Charge of Super Smash Bros. Today, in case you didn't read the title, I'm going to be talking about game modes and options and stuff like that. Before I get into anything else I'm going to talk about, I'm not going to go over items or assist trophies or anything like that. And I'm not going to give any justification to. I'm really just not. I'm trying to make this a three-part series where I go over like in 3 episodes. So I'm not going to go too much into detail about it, but without blabbering on any much longer, let's get into this. Now, first let me approach the elephant in the room. The elephant being Smash Run and Smash Tour. They're both the big new game modes of Smash for 3DS and Smash for Wii U. I would have both of them in amazing, stunning HD. However, I would make some changes to them. Such as with Smash Run, I love Smash Run. I loved everything about it, except there's one stage. There's only one thinking stage, and I did not like that. I memorized it too quickly, despite the fact that there are islands off to the bottom sides of the stage that I'm just now noticing exist. But I memorized it too darn quickly. It's just not enough. There needs to be more stages. Like Smash Tour had a small, medium, and large stage. Smash Run could easily do that too, along with having other themes such as outer space, pirate, underground, underwater, past or future. And then, of course, there's always going with the theme of our beloved Smash Bros. Characters. Moving on to Smash Tour. With Smash Tour, it's basically the same deal, even though it has more stages than Smash Run had. I still think it wasn't enough. There should have been more 3 stages, especially with how Smash Tour runs. It gets old more quickly than the 1 stage in Smash Run. So there needs to be different theme maps, maybe an extra large. And they can go with the outer space theme, past, present, desert. Well, they sort of have a desert in here, but I digress. They have multiple different themes, and of course, go with our beloved Smash Bros. Characters for different themes as well. Now, something I'll do about both of them that I need to talk about with them side by side is that I'd kind of intermix how they are. Like Smash Run, you play the game as your own character, looking for stats, defeating enemies, stuff like that. While in Smash Tour, you play as Mii's, not characters. You play as Mii's, running through, collecting as many characters as they can to help fight them, with stats only being an afterthought. As cool as these concepts are, I think it'd be cool if you can have an option to switch it. Like, you can have what they originally are, or you can also do Smash Run as your Mii looking for characters, or Smash Tour as a character looking for stats. I think this would be a cool, unique concept, and it would add a lot more replayability to both of them. Especially since, as they are right now, they can get old pretty quick. Now, of course, I'd also have my own new Smash mode, game, play, thing, whatever you want to call it. And I'd call it Smash Kingdom. Now, what Smash Kingdom would be like is basically like this. Has any of you ever heard of the game Polytopia? In case you don't recognize the name, here's a picture. Basically, what it is it's a strategy game where you try and dominate the board, take over, and be the last man standing. And I thought this could easily work for Super Smash Bros. Except like whenever you like come face to face with someone, just like in Smash Tour, you just enter into a battle instead of having whoever has the highest stats win, like in Polytopia. Just like with Smash Run and Smash Tour, you could also play as either characters looking for stats, or you can play as Mii's looking for characters to help them. And of course, you also have the fact that there will be different stages depending on who you play as. Or if you're playing as your Mii, there are different kind of styles that would be put onto depending on what you're like. It's a little more confusing with this because in Polytopia, every character has their own set style that's generated into the map. So it'll be a little harder to work with me, but I think it'd be cool, and I'm pretty sure that if I actually had access to making a Smash Bros. Game, I could probably pull it off. And now next is Classic Mode. And I have a huge problem with how it was done the last 2 times. This was Classic Mode in Super Smash Bros. For 3DS, and as fun as it was, this is not Classic Mode. I'm sorry, I love it, but it's not Classic Mode. And then, here's the one for Wii U. Again, I also love it, I had fun with it, but this is not Classic Mode. These are both 2 completely new game modes. Whether or not I'd have them as their own new thing and then mine or not, I'm not entirely sure. But all I know, this is not Classic Mode. Classic Mode is supposed to be the reiteration of the original Classic Mode. The reiteration of the original Adventure Mode. And this is not a reiteration, it's a completely new mode. So giving it the title of Classic Mode really is disheartening and breaks me. This is Classic Mode. This is how it's supposed to be. Huge pet peeve of mine, I know, but this is how I would have it. It would return to this kind of format while also not just being same thing over and over again. I realized that the other 2 was just to bring in a little variety, but with this, I would also put in variety. Like, you could still randomly decide what your reward is, but I'd also throw in a little more than that. Like, you can randomly decide, like, with the Fighting Kirby team, how many you go against, randomly pick it, or you could randomly decide, like, which item the opponents would use, like, the metal character that you fight before Master Hand. You could randomly decide if he has metal, or he's giant, or invisible, or maybe a combination of some of them, or maybe all of them combined. I think that would be pretty darn scary, but I think it'd be cool to, like, see this readers, and not only that, but, like, making it feel like you have more to say of your adventure. I think that would be pretty darn cool as well. Of course, there would be a random break in it to do smash the targets, along with also board the platforms, which I would have returned from the original, which we haven't really seen too much of yet. And I don't have a picture for this either, but each series, not character, but series, would have their own break the target stage. Except Bowser and Bowser Jr. would have break off because of Bowser's Castle. Now finally, there's also the other new thing that Sakurai revealed with this last installment. These are the stage bosses. Probably 2 of the most notable. But with stage bosses, even if they are from returning stages, I would take out stage bosses completely. And the reason why is because I want the bosses to be mainly focused on in the story mode, which Brawl also did, which was pretty cool, which I really liked. But I was also kind of disappointed because the story mode took place in a Smash Bros. World instead of having the Nintendo characters go to each other's world, which I think would have been really cool to see. Probably would have been a better decision, but let me explain how I would have the story mode go. So this time around, you're me walking around on the world map. Then of course the levels would be like how they were in Brawl, but it'd be on a world map similar to what you see there, or New Super Mario Bros. Sonic Colors, something like that. It'd be on a world map, moving around. Your decisions would affect the game and like open up new levels and routes, which wasn't in Brawl. And this is a new villain. I would call him Shadowron. He's basically a shadow figure that's trying to take over the Super Smash Bros. World, but as you go through, he realizes his true potential and that he tries to use the video games to try and break free of this game and take over the real world. And it would also incorporate an idea I got from Brawl in the Family. In case you don't know, Brawl in the Family, their last comic had a Master Hand basically talking to the characters about how there are different Master Hands that shape the characters of the story through fan stuff and things like that. And basically we decide their story, their adventure, and stuff like that. And that's what this will be based off of, kind of with the same way of like how you make your decisions of how the story goes by what you decide to do while playing as the characters in the level. And finally, I'm to talk about, well, not finally, but I'm going to talk about neutral, like, customization with the characters. I think wasn't touched on enough. So this time, I think, like how Mega Man and Palutena were, every character will have different attacks. Like, for example, Mario would, of course, start out with a fireball, but maybe he could also have a custom switch of, like, the Odyssey hat, or maybe he could use the Invincible Stars, like, Super Punch, or something like that. I think that would be cool. Then finally with Wi-Fi, I really don't know much of what I would do with that. I never really used the online mode anyways. So, that's all for now. This is the end of what I would do if I was in charge of Super Smash Bros. Next time, I'll be doing what if I was in charge of Mario, and I'll go over some of the different genres of main series games, but that's all for now. Thank you very much, and I'll see you all later. Bye.